ready for whatever. Fucking hate a nigga, I can do it better. I keep it PG, stay focused on my goals. I need my money like a bitch on the stroll. Keep it gutter, never change on my people. If you know me, then you see it like a peephole. You bitches choose to knock him down like 100 rounds. Fucking nigga, bitch, have him on that 100 sound. I don't love him, I just kick him to the curb. Get back to the money, smoking on this herb.
Who the hell do you think you are? Telling me I couldn't make it this far. You feel dumb, you feel stupid. I'm the truth, you should feel foolish. Hell yeah, I'm on my proud, make mama proud. Look at me now.
My subscribers, man, how y'all feeling today, man? You know, I got the same ass intro and shit. But, you know, I just feel it's important to ask, like, how y'all doing? I'm the type of person, like, if you ask me, like, how you doing? I didn't make people ask me they asked me how I was doing, and they probably regret it. Like, man, I shouldn't have asked him how he was doing, because I'm going to tell you. If I'm having a fucked up day, I'm going to tell you. I'm having a fucked up day. If I'm having a good day, shit, it's going to be written all over my face. But anyhow, this story right here, man, look, in prison, you know, we got it's all type of hustles, man. It's all type of hustles to make money. But the first hustle I learned was, when I came to prison, they sold tobacco on the canteen. And they sold coffee. So my miserable cellie, you know, I had to survive. So I would get jars of coffee and make shots. What's a shot? A shot is a little ball of coffee wrapped in plastic, and that's a shot. And back then they went for a stamp. It was a soup, a shot, or a stamp for a shot of coffee. And then you got cans. And so me and my son had this thing: jars, half jars, quarter jars. Cans, half cans, quarter cans. And that means I'm gonna give you a half a can. I need a whole can back on whatever draw you is. Like if you first draw, second draw, third draw, when your draw come around, I'm gonna need my jar back, a jar of coffee back, or half a jar of coffee back, and I'm bringing my coffee jar, and I'm gonna measure it and then with the tobacco phased out in 2005, they passed legislation, or 2004, but in 2005 in Salinas Valley, I knew it was real. Because one, this was like February. The yard was closing down, for one. For two, I'm in the cell with my cousin, and he has been to a level 3. I hadn't been to a level 3. So he keep telling me, he like, man, look, this tobacco is about to be gold when you get where you're going. Because what I did is since I knew they was about to stop selling tobacco, I was buying up as many cans as I could from the store, and I was stuffing them in my radio. So I think I had like 3 cans and then hella pouches of tobacco, and then I put them up and didn't mess with them. So then when everybody realized they wasn't selling tobacco no more, people thought they was holding out with their little tobacco and shit, and they was coming out with 3 cigarettes for $1. Before, it wasn't not that. Somebody would give you get balls for $1. Now it's 3 cigarettes for $1. But I had all this bunk, miscellaneous ass cosmetics, so I'm buying everybody. I'm like, you got cigarettes? I'm like, give it all to me, because they ain't being picky on what they take, like a deodorant, a speed stick deodorant. That's like, they got $2 ones, $3 ones, $4 ones. They got Old Spice. They got all kind of different canteen and cosmetic items, but that's all money. But the bullshit stuff is like the burn speed stick by Menon. That thing right there, we call them burn 'em up deodorants or burn, because you put it on, and boy, you gonna be on fire if you don't gel with that type of stuff. I met some people that can use it. I can't use no burn deodorants. So I had hella burns from gambling and stuff, and I would buy everybody's tobacco. And that's the tobacco that I kept on me because I didn't smoke. So I'm holding this for dear life. Man, my cousin told me and my cousin was cellies. He said, man, let me have these cosmetics, man, because I'm still gonna be level 4. And you about to go level 3 for the first time. But I never been there, so I'm thinking, I need everything. Cosmetics. I ain't knowing it's wide open. So me and my cousin get in an argument. We get in an argument because I was being selfish. I got all this tobacco, but I don't know the value of it. I know to keep it, but I don't know the value. Man, they transferred me. Well, me and my cousin made up. And I gave him the majority of the cosmetics because somehow I seen the light. So when I get there to Solano level 3, I hit in one of the worst droughts in that prison's history with tobacco. I'm telling you, oh man, if you ain't never felt like the thrill of being the man and knowing you the only one with tobacco on the yard, boy, I'm talking about, I was famous. They was coming from the other yards, sneaking from the other yards to find out who Dirt was from Sacramento that had cigarettes. Because there hadn't been tobacco in that yard for like a month or two. So I had boxes of canned goods. I had boxes of food. I had so much boxes of stuff. It was crazy. But I quickly learned, like, my cousin wasn't lying. He was actually telling the God's honest truth. That tobacco was gold. And I got to feel the thrill of that shit. Hustling in the pen. One of the other hustles is making wine. And people like, how you make wine in prison? The process is simple, man. It's simple. What I would do, though, like a lot of people, they take kicker. Like, kicker is spoiled fruit. It's spoiled fruit. That yeast shit, that's bullshit, man. I don't use no damn yeast. I remember I was in the county jail. They was like, you take the yeast, the bread balls, and you ball them up and let them sit. Man, fuck that shit. That shit didn't work. Man, all you take is some apple juice. Take some apple juice. Strain about 3 apples. This is some real game, too. Inside or out. You take some apples, about 4, 5 apples. You strain them and get only the juice. If you got somebody that got a good kicker, a kicker is like wine that was used to make, the pulp used in other people's wines, sometimes they might be 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 generations old. The older they are, the quicker they burn. So, man, so what you do is this. You take the juice after you strain it and you just let it sit. Let it sit until you can look at the juice and see that it's starting to eat itself, because there's natural sugars in the wine itself. So once it starts to eat itself, then it's turning. Now it's starting to turn. Once it stops eating itself, which should probably be in a day or so. Once it stops eating itself, then your strained fruit juice, not no pulp with hella pulp on the top of it. That shit is messy. You take just that juice and you pour that juice into your bag of already strained juice, and that's going to turn. So what happens is, when it's time, we call it bust your drink down. When it's done, when you going to take your drink down and bust your drink down, it's not messy. So all you got to do is dip your cup in the drink, because the juice is a kicker in itself. We had the misconception that you need mashed up fruit and all that. You don't need none of that. Just take the juice and let the juice turn itself, and then turn it in. Man, I had my block booming. I remember I worked in the kitchen, so I had all the juice. I had all the fruit juice. I had all the corn juice. Oh, you get corn juice, that go crazy. That make damn near whiskey. I had fruit cocktail juice. Potato flakes, they speed up the process too. They good. You could throw them in there, but it's messy and it gives a funny taste when you strain that stuff up off of when you strain the juice, the messed up potato flakes, foamy. When you take that off it still leaves like a funny taste. But I was a chemist in that thing. I had red drink, green drink, blue drink. All my stuff, I don't know why, it was turning certain colors because of the food, the different little stuff I was using. But I had my pot booming with the drink. How much the drink go for in there? Man, a 16-ounce cup. This 16 ounces. But one of these in a cup, though, we have tumblers. It used to be, back then it was like $2 a cup. Now they like 2 for $5. In some places they like $4 a cup. It's ridiculous now, but they also have white lightning. What is white lightning? White lightning is, we used to do it like this. It's when you burn the alcohol off of the wine. Like the wine is wine, but there's alcohol on the wine. And you put it in a bucket, right? And then you figure out your boiling device, whatever you're going to take to boil it. It was some people in the pen back in the days, they was making belt buckle lightning because we didn't have nothing to conduct the electricity. So they would take the belt buckle off of their belt, and then put positive and negative connected to that. And then put that inside the wine. And eventually the wine will start to boil. And you put a plastic bag over the bucket. And then what happens is, as it's boiling, the steam comes up into the bag. And then you have like a funnel that comes out the bag. So as the steam rises up, then it starts to go to that funnel. And it drips into your cup or whatever you got it dripping into. And them drops is white lightning. One of these, $50. $50. Back in the days, might have been 20, baby oil bottles, hot sauce jars. But one of these, $50. And you can get that. Green Dot, MoneyGram. You can get it Vanilla Reload. However, but that's the currency for paying for white lightning, because it's a whole different level. Man, I thought they was really fighting. But anyhow, it's a whole different, level. But those are different. Those are just a small scope of hustles that go on in prison. But that was my experience. Dirty weather, gone. Hey, you ever seen the Mexicans? They be like, instead of being like, hey man, he's drunk, they be like, hey man, he's over there, he's off the. So I'd be like, what's the? He'd be like, that's the drink. Go.
Cities, hella states, hella different places. Niggas hate, bitches love me, so I ain't complaining. See, I gave these hating ass niggas motivation. When my diamonds shining, bitches think a nigga made it. Acting like they gave it to me, don't I had to take it. See, my circle wasn't solid, nigga had to go and shake it. Niggas waiting on the money, I'ma go and chase it. Having pace, money talking, it's a conversation. I know I can't for nothing, nigga, still I want it all. How you niggas want the rock, but never had the ball? If you niggas want the line, I'm the one to call. They fired out me, damn, but niggas still I'm standing tall. Cause I never hesitate, boy, I'm getting off. Going walls, spot hat, nigga, touch off at a floor. Little nigga, why you walk with your hand up? Cause my balls fly, bitch, nigga, and my friend up.
Who the hell do you think you are? Telling me I couldn't make it this far.